Hi everybody, Kara's here, and I'm in the park with my cat who's hiding under my wrap because there's a very scary big wheel tricycle driving down on the sidewalk right below us. Oh, there she goes. Now it's safe. This video is about maintaining grace while undergoing the feelings of transition, unexpected transition, feeling thwarted. I have lots of experience in this. I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. Just this morning, I did a reading for someone. Here comes the tricycle again. Don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm watching both of them, and she's, you know, hitting the ground and watching the big scary tricycle. And this, you know, 3-year-old kid is riding like a very excited bat out of hell. It's great, I love it. The different universes colliding. Anyway, so I did a reading this morning, which was probably one of the most difficult readings I've ever done. Not difficult to get information, although the same type of information didn't come through as what ordinarily comes through. This one was difficult because, oh, there she goes down toward children. She broke her collar this morning, so I wonder if people will think that she's like a crazy stray. We'll find out. Whatever. Anyway, the information was not coming through that this person needed, and the whole point of it was to say that she is going through a transition and she needs to trust it, and she needs to be okay with the feelings of the unknown until it becomes known. And that's extremely difficult, because when someone books a reading, they want to know, okay, where am I going, what am I supposed to do? And usually I can tell them that, unless the thing they're going and the thing they're supposed to do is they're in the middle of kind of a final exam of this current aspect of their learning experience, and what they're supposed to do is wait and use all of the practices that they've had to calm themselves and be able to experience the transition. So I'll give you a little bit about my own process. What has happened lately is that my plans have changed a million times in the past maybe 6 weeks, maybe less. And for a while I thought I was going to stay in California, and then for a while I thought I was going to, well, Southern California, and then for a while I thought I was going to go up to the Sacramento, San Francisco area for at least a month. And then when I got back from my travels in Virginia, where I was visiting Victoria Costa and where we posted a lot of videos together and had a really great time, I said, okay, I'll stay here and rest for a couple days and then I'll head up north. And then all of my plans to head up north completely just fell through, and not in ways that are expected either, ways that were unexpected, and things just didn't work out logistically. And so at first, of course, I tried to make them work out. I tried to, you know, fine, this one thing doesn't work, I'll book another one or whatever. And eventually it was just like bashing my head against the wall. When you know when that happens, it's time to change direction. And so I eventually realized that, oh wait, this is not how my process works. I don't actually go in. The more I try to make things happen utilizing my brain and logic, the worse it gets and the less likely they are to happen until I just give up. And so that's what happens realistically with my process. So I stopped and I spent about 3 or 4 days, maybe even longer, I don't remember, time is very weird lately, having no freaking idea where I was gonna go, what I was gonna do. It was really terrifying. Although I knew, when I think about it, I know the universe always takes care of me, and I know that things always work out exactly the way they're supposed to. And I know that when something gets stolen away, that's because something better is gonna come in its place. But that doesn't really help when you don't know where you're gonna go or what you're gonna do, especially after you've been so clearly directed for a while. And finally, I just started commanding and demanding that the universe tell me what was going on. I couldn't take it anymore. And so I said, you must tell me. And I got a couple of ideas of things to do, things to check on. And as soon as I did, actually the information came from another route, but one very related to what I was doing to check on stuff. So it all worked out. And now what I'm doing is going to Sedona for August. So I'm probably going to be putting on a workshop at the end of August about activations with Krista Risa, who channels the Orion High Council. That'll be fun, so stay tuned for info on that. And also I'll be doing readings in Sedona and working from Sedona. I'm sure posting lots of videos from there so you guys get to see the beautiful magic that is Sedona. And after that, I don't know where I'll go. I have a few different options, but goodness knows something might come out of the woodwork and it'll be completely different than what I expected. So what I want to talk to you guys about in a roundabout way, telling you all those things, is how to maintain grace while in these really difficult transitions. A lot of people are having their lives completely shift right now, and it's not like some shifts. Some shifts, things just change on you, but it seems like this shift is everything gets ripped away, and then you have to figure out what to do, but you don't figure it out by figuring it out. You figure it out by coming to the correct vibrational resonance point, which sucks when you're doing it before you're at it, because there's nothing you can do. There's no way you can speed it up. You have to just ride it, because it's the experience of the shift that we're all having together right now. And if you don't feel the shift, then you don't get the experience of the shift. You miss the point. The universe won't let you. So the way to find grace through this is just be totally authentic in how you feel. And I say find grace, but what I really mean is you're gonna experience the shift no matter what. You're not gonna be able to avoid that. If you are one of the people experiencing it, you're going to experience it. The only difference is how you feel as you go through this process. So you can either really acknowledge and be present and be aware of what happens and do things like, for instance, take really good care of yourself, give your body what it's asking for, which may not align with what you ordinarily give it. My body's been asking for a lot of junk, heavy food lately, and it's interesting because when I went with it and did it, I didn't have the normal physiological issues that I would normally have. It used to be when I'm totally raw vegan, which I am most of the time, if I eat junky food, which for most people isn't junky food, but things like processed food, fried food, even if it's vegan or vegetarian, my body just does not like it. But when my body's craving it and I do it, it loves it. But I know the second I stop craving it. And so what I needed, my guides later told me, was to be not consciously aware of my ascension, because it was happening too fast and it was getting too difficult. So I ate the food and it brought my mind back into my body, because my body was working to digest that food. And so it was kind of a reprieve and a release for me. And so now it's passing, and I actually fly out to Sedona in a couple days. So my next video might be from there, I really don't know. But this is just to give you guys heart, hopefully, and let you know that you're not alone. Most of the people I know, most of my very closest friends, especially, definitely all of the light workers I know, all of the people who are doing the conscious, new agey spiritual thing, are all going through crazy freaking transitions. It's insane. It's ridiculous. And there's no predicting it, and there's no mitigating it. You just have to roll through it. So be present, get on nature, ground. I mean, I'm spread out on the ground right now trying to just dig in and just watch it all go by. And also, the funny thing is, during all of this, you also might be getting really great ideas to act on. For instance, I've opened up 3 new courses. I'm doing the Goddess Glow course, highly excited about that. Doing another round of intuitive development courses. I'm gonna do a 21-day chakra activation with Victoria Costa. I'm also getting lots of info for my book, Starseed Wilding, which had kind of been on hiatus for a while because I felt like I was stuck. But what was actually happening was that I was going through a bunch of activations that were teaching me things about reality. Just today I had this huge download on what's been going on with the earth and how people on the earth had to go through the period of destroying the earth and feeling the disconnection, and now we're coming back to it, and it was an important part of our process. And just a few days ago I had the 12 strands of DNA come into my awareness and what each of them mean and how to activate each of them, which is really exciting. It's definitely too much to say here, but it's going to be the basis of my book covertly, and also I'll probably teach some classes on it. And there's just a lot of really amazing things happening, but when things aren't happening, things really aren't happening, and it's a grinding halt. So if y'all are experiencing this, you're not alone. A lot of people are going through it. Don't lose heart, but just remain with it. And remember, if you're going through this, it doesn't mean you're not on your path. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. This is just part of it. This is just going through the, you know, the swamps of sadness from the Never-Ending Story or something similar. So trust your process and be as authentic as you possibly can without creating new knots and things to end up healing from later. So try to walk that middle road. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Go in peace. Hope you're all doing very well through this crazy time. And I do have full confidence that by the time October rolls around, we'll all have a new focus. Those of you going through this, it will even out before winter comes. So that's helpful, I hope. Anyway, thank you for watching. Go in peace, and I'll talk to you again very soon.